Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Fringe reaction. This is season 3 episode 10 and it's called Firefly. In the last couple of episodes, Olivia has returned home, or both Olivias in fact have returned back to their correct universes. And the last episode was a bit fillerish. I think it was just some insane doctor type person that was murdering people that had received organs from the organ donation of a dead girl, and he was taking those organs back and trying to reanimate the dead girl into some kind of bizarre, marionette. That was the title of the of the episode. Yeah, it's some bizarre sort of Frankenstein puppet thing. Is very odd, and I don't think it has anything to do with the war. I think that was a little bit of a distraction to break up the intensity of the last 8 episodes. But we're back, I think, at this point, back to square one, where Peter's back with the Fringe group. He's still not happy with Walter about what Walter's done, but I think he's come to terms with it. Everything else is pretty much the same. They're investigating strange things. The thing that worries me is, and I should have mentioned this sooner, I think, but how are they going to get back? Because when we was following the German, wasn't it established that they can only open breaches at certain points in geographical space? That's why he had to go all the way to that park thing or whatever. So and Walter had to go to the lake to do it. So if there are only, if the time and the place that you can open the rifts are limited to certain places, maybe even certain times, and the other side are quarantining the exit points or the entrance points to their universe, doesn't that eliminate a place where they can open the breach? So they're running out of places where they can actually open a breach to the other side now, because the entrance points are being quarantined off and there's no escape from that quarantine, it would look like. So what is plan B? And I'm still, the shapeshifters, they're all among us. There are multiple shapeshifters in our universe, sleeper agents, so to speak. How do they fit in? Can they open rifts to this side willy-nilly? Should we be quarantining our end where they breach through? Okay, I don't know. These are just random questions that have occurred to me over the last few weeks. And also, Olivia's mental health. Now, she's just gone through quite a life-changing experience where it would seem that faux Olivia has got the life, or at least partly got the life that Olivia wanted. And when faux Olivia was on our side, she was getting the stuff that our Olivia was maybe too scared to get for herself, i.e. Peter, because there is no way that Olivia doesn't want Peter. They want to be together, but work and Olivia's let's just say Olivia's personality gets in the way. I don't mean that horribly, she's just very, very work focused. and that's a bit of a hurdle, I think. Faux Olivia was a lot more relaxed, and I think Peter liked that, and now Olivia is a little bit jealous, and she wants to blame Peter, but she knows she can't. But she says she's okay with it all. The fact that Faux Olivia and Peter had a bit of a relationship, and Peter thought it was her. So, but she's saying she's okay about it, and that's not what she wants, and it is, and she's not okay about it. So that's gonna rear its ugly head at some point, I think. But not only that, but Faux Olivia's parents were still alive. The Fringe division was a fully organised and neat little unit, and Charlie was still alive. That's going to make our Olivia think very hard about choices and realities, you know, comparing her reality to Faux Olivia's reality. I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh.
Are you awake? Mr. Joyce?
Is that Christopher Lloyd?
Who are you talking to? That boy. Where did he go?
No.
I was talking to
It is.
Bobby.
No, he definitely wasn't talking to Bobby.
Bobby's dead.
Bobby.
He's Mr. Joyce's son. He died in 1985.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not him
What did he
then.
say to you?
What now?
I take you back home. Hey.
Hey. What's up?
Broyles is just telling us a ghost story.
Bobby Joyce. He's the son of one of the residents here, or rather he was. He died 25 years ago. And it gets more odd. The cameras picked up this as well.
The observer.
Ah, right. So he was definitely
It's been a
there.
while since we've seen him.
Roscoe Joyce.
You know him?
I understand that you had a visitor last night.
My son. I don't remember talking to him, but I remember he was here. It's a curse, not remembering a miracle. It was a miracle, seeing him again. Can you imagine what that's like?
I've come to believe in some strange things, but ghosts?
Bobby wasn't a ghost. The observer doesn't experience time like we do. If we can accept that he can travel from the past to the present, back to the past again, then it's not inconceivable that he could bring others with him. We'll have to try and help Mr. Joyce remember what his son said to him. I'll need to take him back to my lab.
Oh, what the hell's going on here? More than a robbery, looks
I'm almost
like.
done here. You guys finish out front?
That's August, isn't it? Wow. He's a bit of a superhero.
Thank you.
I don't think he was supposed to do that. He has a habit of going off script.
It's been a long time since I touched the piano. Bobby, my boy, I didn't believe it was him. It had been so long since I'd seen him. I asked him if he was real. He took my hand. He was real.
What did he say?
He whispered something to me. He was so close. I felt his...
God, I'm...
Oh, I
Dunham,
just
can you
broke the
hold on,
spell
please?
there.
I'm so sorry, Walter. The observer's been spotted in Brookline, so...
He told me I would meet you. Walter Bishop. He called you by name. Bobby said I was supposed to help you.
Help me. How?
I don't know. Don't you?
No, but they'll figure it out, I'm sure.
I have set everything in motion.
I have watched Dr. Bishop as long as you have. Perhaps not as closely, but I think you're wrong. He won't do it.
I disagree.
I do what?
I believe he has changed.
You think he has changed. I don't believe he has. In either case, I suppose we will find out soon enough.
Did he say anything to you?
No, nothing. It was like nothing affected him. He had this calmness. I didn't even think he was real, except he saved my life.
Yes. That's what I was worried about.
But I'm missing parts of my brain, and I have to rejuvenate them in order to rise to the intellectual challenges before me.
And they are?
Discovering why your son Bobby left the message, and how to keep my son Peter from the peril surrounding him.
Is that milk?
The milk acts as a bonding agent for the other compounds.
Oh, does it now?
And helps disguise the taste.
Hello, Walter. We need to speak.
The drawing. Peter and the device. You know the future. Tell me how I can save my son from dying.
There are things that I know, but there are things that I do not. Various possible futures are happening simultaneously. I can tell you all of them, but I cannot tell you which one of them will come to pass. Because every action causes ripples. Consequences both obvious and unforeseen.
So that's their job, really, is it? Is
For instance,
to see a timeline they
after I
like and
pulled
make sure
you
that
and
that
Peter
timeline
from the icy
happens.
lake, Peter caught the Firefly. I could not have known he would do that. Well, that's because he did. A young girl 3 miles away would not. And so later that night, she would continue looking, trying to find another one. I could not have known that when she did not come home, her father would go out looking for her, driving in the rain, so that when the traffic light turned red, his truck skidded through the intersection at Harvard Yard, killing a pedestrian. When the time comes, give him the keys and save the girl.
Give him the keys.
You mean what girl? You should answer your phone.
Bobby called me on the phone.
Just now?
Oh, no. No. Years ago. And he called to tell me about a strange dream he just had. He dreamt a bald man in a dark suit took him to see me. I was an old man living in a nursing home.
I don't think it was a dream at all. I think the man in the suit took your son through time. And it was only just last night that you caught up to the other end of the visit.
So he was taken just before he died.
About his dream. I remember looking outside and seeing how hard it was raining. I remember getting a call from the police.
This This is the night that
They
Peter
told me
was saved.
he stepped onto the crosswalk
The girl, the Firefly.
when a truck
Skidded through the traffic light.
So saving Peter set off a chain of events that ended up killing Bobby Joyce.
Hey,
He's in the car in front of us, but we're just passing through Porter Square. We should be there in about 5 minutes. You can ask her all the questions you like then.
Peter?
You tip the other car, I'll go after him.
Peter, what's happening? The observer ran into the cop car.
Where's your inhaler?
The observer nicked it.
The bald man in the store. He took it.
Exactly. There's an ambulance on the way, okay?
Where are you going?
Olivia took off after the observer on foot. I'm going to catch her. Hey, give me the keys and save the girl.
What did you say?
I said, give me the keys and save the girl.
FBI coming through!
It's going to do a disappearing act again.
What is this all about?
Yeah, what is this all about?
You know,
Because I'm
don't you?
confused.
What's going to happen to me?
Hey!
Yeah. Don't turn your back on him.
First he saves the girl, then he tries to kill her. Then he runs up 5 flights of stairs just to shoot me with his magic air gun and disappear. None of it makes any sense.
And how is this different to any other?
Yeah. Well, because it's the observer, so you know it's got a
Peter,
deep
you sure you don't want to
meaning.
go see a doctor?
No, I'm okay. Thanks.
What future are they trying to bring about? Oh,
Peter?
that wasn't milk, was it? That was the solution that Walter was brewing up. Was this the Observer's plan all along? Was this the future that the Observer
Tell me what's happening.
was trying to bring about?
Olivia. My serum was flawed. It would have killed me if I'd taken it. You only lived because you're young and healthy. I suspect that's what this was all about.
He was willing to let his son die. Yes. And now we know. When the time comes, he will be willing to do it again.
He was willing to let his son die? No, I don't think he was. Okay. So, that end statement is a little bit of a, well, a little bit of a cliffhanger, really, isn't it? Well, it's a lot of a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. Stop saying cliffhanger. He was willing to let his son die. When the time comes, he'll be willing again. Or words to that effect. What does that mean? Because all the way through this episode, Walter has been anything but willing to sacrifice his son. Was it because of the keys? He didn't hand over the keys straight away. Oh, he did hand over the keys. Is it because he did hand over the keys? Was that the willingness? Because that's the only bit I can see that was in any way tied to the rest of it. As for the rest, well, bringing someone moments or close to their own death through time to speak to their elderly father, just to tell them that to help Walter Bishop, all that just to send a message to help Walter Bishop. Suppose it had to be Roscoe Joyce, because Roscoe Joyce was the man that Walter Bishop admired. It seems a lot of effort to do that. There's more to it. There's more to it here. He definitely wasn't a shapeshifter, so I can scrub that out. That whole thing, the whole thing from the jewellery robbery and helping the girl with her asthma, all the way through to the the end, really, the end statement of he'll be willing to do it again, isn't going to become clear, truly clear, until another episode in the future will clarify things. Because it's timey-wimey and we're only getting half a story here, I think. Were they talking about Walter? Or were they talking about Roscoe himself? Yeah, he wasn't willing to sacrifice his son, willing to let his son die. And what was the Observer's comment to Peter about? It must be hard to be a father. Why mention that to Peter, who is not a father? Was he just making an observation about? I don't know. This has got me totally perplexed, confounded, dumbfounded, and confused, and other words that describe exactly the same thing. Right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep well. Bye bye.